Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Do to Study. So here I am again with a new video of the chapter Rise of Nationalism. This is the second chapter of history. First chapter, the first war of independence, is already uploaded in my channel. Okay, now it's the second video from the chapter The Rise of Nationalism. Okay. In first video, we have already discussed the economic factors and the repressive colonial policies. In this video, we will discuss the socio-religious reform movements and role of press. How these two factors were responsible or were able to instill nationalism among Indians. Let's see that. See, how these socio-religious reform movements came. See, by the help of Western education. As our people, as Indians became literate, that the students who were studying in these Western education, providing in these schools where Western educations were provided, they understood various things. They found out that, yes, there are many factors that are stopping us from being developed. There are various factors in our society, in our religion, that are stopping us from being developed or that are drawing us back. And furthermore, they also understood that it's not that we should accept all the things followed in the West or we should only follow our thing. They found that it would be better and it would be the most fruitful work if we accept the best of the East as well as West. मतलब कि दोनों जगह के अच्छी चीजों को अगर हम अपनाएंगे तो हम भी कुछ अच्छा करेंगे. They found it out. Okay. And they also found that it's the time to reform our religion, to reform our society. मतलब हमारे religion को, हमारे society को जो malpractices सब चल रहा है, उस सब को हटाने का, उस सब को बदलने का टाइम आ गया है. As they were literate, they were able to see the impact of some of the religious practices or some of the blind beliefs that were prevailing. Okay. So, with this understanding, they now started reforming the society, reforming the religion. See, in reforming the society, many things were to be discarded, I would say. Okay, like sati and infanticide, parda system, and earlier the widows were not allowed for remarriage. So such things were to be abolished. And yes, most of them or everyone worked for it. Like they worked for the abolition of sati, abolition of parda system, removal of infanticide, and what else? A removal of untouchability. They worked hard to remove these evils prevailing in our society. Okay. So there were many who were actively participating in such social religious reform movements. Some of them are Raja Ram Mohan Roy. He founded the Brahmo Samaj. Swami Dayanand, he founded the Arya Samaj. Swami Vivekanand, he founded the Ramakrishna Mission. And Jyotiba Phule, he founded the Satya Shodhak Samaj. Furthermore, here till now I discussed about the society. Now what changes should come in the religious sphere? Say, like idolatry, then polytheism, and hereditary priesthood, some religious superstitions. These all were to be removed. Now, what is the meaning of polytheism? Polytheism means worshipping more than one gods. And idolatry means to have faith in idol worship. मतलब हम पूजा मूर्ति रख के पूजा करते हैं ना, that one. Okay. Or polytheism, if we talk about Hinduism, then there are several gods. So they attacked all these spheres. That is, they said that this should not be done, and some several other things are to be done that should be implemented in our society for our future, for our further development. They were of this belief because they were literate, so they knew the problems of our society, problems of our religion, and they tried to reform it. Okay, now here we have to discuss two main personalities. First is Raja Ram Mohan Roy, and the second one is Jyotiba Phule. Raja Ram Mohan Roy founded the Brahmo Sabha in 1828. Okay, in 1828 he founded the Brahmo Sabha. But this Brahmo Sabha was later renamed as Brahmo Samaj. Okay, now why this Sabha or why this Samaj was found? Were there some ideals or were there some policies or aims? It would be better to say as aims of this Sabha. Yes, they promoted monotheism. They promoted monotheism means a worship of only one God. They said that we should have belief on only one God. It's not that we should worship thousands of gods. Okay. And they condemned idol worship. Condemn means they disagreed or they wanted to stop idol worship. And they focused on prayer, meditation, charity, morality, and unity between all the sections of the society. And they focused or they emphasized on prayer, meditation. As you know, meditation improves our concentration and makes us calm. Charity, that is helping the poor. Morality, that is developing moral values in each human, in each individual. And unity among all the sections of the society, be it be poor, be it be rich, be it be lower class or higher class, Hindus, Muslims, Christians, Sikhs, everybody. They wanted that there should be unity among the Indians. Okay. Now, the second one is they were against the caste system. Yes, they did not believe in the caste system. And that is, in earlier times, the people were rigidly believing in the caste system, untouchability. If a person of higher caste is going in one path, then a person of lower caste cannot pass by him. So there were many such bad rules or bad beliefs prevailing in that time. So they wanted to abolish the caste system, to abolish all these things. Now, Raja Ram Mohan Roy campaigned for the abolition of sati and parda system. Okay, he wanted that. He wished that sati should not occur. I think you all know what is sati. It was a bad practice. It was an evil practice prevailing in that time, in which if a person's or if a female's husband is dead, then that wife has also jumped into the fire in which the body of the husband is being burnt. And both of them were, and in this case the living wife who had life has also to burn with that husband's body. Okay. It was really a very evil practice, and he wished that it should be abolished. And furthermore, he also wished to abolish the Parda system. Now, with the help of William Bentinck, who was the Governor General of India at that time, in 1829, he was successful in abolishing the practice of sati, because William Bentinck declared that the practice of sati as illegal, and if this practice would be continued, then some legal actions would be taken against them. So after the passing of this law, sati came to end. Okay. Now, he also believed that the infanticide and other evil practices and idolatry, polytheism, etc. should be removed or abolished. Now the second one is Jyotiba Phule. Jyotiba Phule in 1854 started a school for untouchables and a private orphanage for the widows. He, from his personal experiences, was very bitter of the Hindu religion because of its evil practices that was prevailing at that time, or because of the superiority theme that was prevailing at that time. So he was very bitter of the Hindu religion. And therefore, in 1854, he started a school for untouchables, so that he wished that every person or these people who are considered of lower sections, who are considered as untouchables, should also have education, should also be educated, so that they can understand the rights they have, so that they can fight for their rights. Okay, so in 1854 he started a school for untouchables and an orphanage for widows. As you know, at that time widow remarriage was not allowed. Now in 1873 he founded the Satya Shodhak Samaj. Who founded the Satya Shodhak Samaj? Jyotiba Phule. So remember the names of such Samaj and who founded it, because it can come as one marker. Okay. So in 1873 Satya Shodhak Samaj was founded by Jyotiba Phule. Okay. And here he wanted to ensure that social justice is given to all the sections, particularly the lower sections of the society. Okay. So here you can see that they tried to unite India. They are trying to abolish the evil practices. So it's obvious that these all things will lead to rise in nationalism. Now here you can see in your book that there are 6 points given, which shows how these social religious reform movements contributed for the onset of Indian nationalism. So let's see one by them. So let's see all of them one by one. Okay. First one is Swami Dayanand and Swami Vivekananda proclaimed the superiority of Indian culture and civilization. They said that India had a rich culture and India needs to be united to uphold its culture, to preserve its culture. And if it would do so, then surely they can drive out the British out of India, isn't it? They tried to awake that feeling of superiority of culture among the Indians, so that they would not allow themselves to be enslaved under the British. Okay. Second one is the reformers condemned untouchability. That is, they prohibited. That is, they stood against untouchability and the caste system. The ideas of brotherhood and equality attracted the so-called lower caste. Now, this idea of brotherhood, equality, that everyone is equal, these all things attracted the lower people, lower caste, so-called lower caste, although there is nothing such of lower caste and upper caste. Each individual has equal rights. But at that time, some of them were called as lower caste. So, these people were also attracted by these ideologies, because they never experienced equality, isn't it? Now, if these people also come together, then it will increase the strength of India, isn't it? The third one, the reformers taught people not to ignore the importance of women who could participate in the national movement. That is, women should also be given equal importance as men, so that they can also participate in the national reform movements. Now, the fourth one is they protested against the British domination of India. Yes, they should protest. Swami Dayanand Saraswati was the first to use the word Swaraj and raise the slogan India for the Indians. Okay. The sixth one is the reform movements created a consciousness of a new society devoid of privileges based on caste, creed or religion. These movements created a hope or a consciousness of a new society in which there would be no bias on basis of religion, caste, creed. And if that will be formed, then it's sure that that society would be better than the one that was prevailing, isn't it? So it was all about the socio-religious reform movement's role in the in instilling nationalism among Indians. Now the fourth reason, or the fourth factor that helped in spreading nationalism in India is the role of press. It's really very important, and press really played an immense role in instilling, in activating, in awakening nationalism among people of India. At that time, various newspapers were being supplied, like Amrit Bazar Patrika, the Bengali, the Tribune, the Pioneer, the Times of India, the Hindu, and the Statesman in English. Okay. Now, how or what was the role of press? That we have to know, isn't it? So let's see that. See, the messages of patriotism. Patriotism means love for one's country. So the messages of patriotism and modern liberal ideals of liberty, freedom, equality, home rule, and independence spread among the people through this press. That is, the newspaper published articles which were able to instill patriotism among Indians, and various ideas like equality. Yes, all people should be considered as equal, and there should be home rule. Home rule means India should be ruled by Indians. That was instilled. That ideas, by reading these newspapers, people got the idea that yes, such things can be implemented in India by driving out British, isn't it? And freedom, yes, everyone has a right for freedom. Such ideas came to the minds of Indians by reading these newspapers. Second one, the press carried on daily criticism of the unjust policies of the British government in India and exposed the true nature of British rule in India. So the press found out the truth behind the rule of the British government. What are the ill effects of their rule in India for the Indians? They found out everything, and they started criticizing the British rule. So if the people will read all this criticism, if the people will read the truth behind the ruling policy, then surely they will rise up against the British, isn't it? So therefore the press carried on daily criticism. Third one, it made possible the exchange of views among different social groups from different parts of the country and organizing political movements. That is, see, at that time, phone calls, video calling, chatting, these were not there, isn't it? The communication system was not so developed as now. The only medium through which they can communicate were newspapers and letters. So, through these newspapers, if some political organization have a great idea or have a great view, then they can share it in the newspaper, and now this newspaper will spread all over India. So people all over India can read their views. Therefore, they can exchange their views, isn't it? And furthermore, with the help of newspaper only, they organized various political meetings and various political movements. Okay. The fourth one, it made Indians aware of what was happening in the world. Yes, all over the world, what's going on all over the world. The Indians came to know through the newspaper. Now, by seeing what's happening all over the world, how the people in other countries are fighting for their freedom, these people, Indians, also got some idea, got some inspiration that yes, we can also do it. Yes, we can also implement it in our country. So it increased their urge for freedom and their ideas for getting rid of the British, for fighting against the British. Okay. This awareness helped them to understand the political and social development of the outside world and shape their own policies and programs. With the help of the ideas from outside, they were able to form their own policies and programs. Okay, so here we come to the end of this video, end of the second video from the chapter Rise of Nationalism. In the upcoming videos, we will discuss the precursors of the Indian national movement. I hope that whatever things I discussed here is clear. If not, if you have any confusion, any doubt, then you can write and tell me in the comment section, and I will surely clear your doubts. Okay, then the next time we will meet. Bye bye and study well. Okay.